Hey, good evening. How is everyone doing? We're still talking about relationships. So, this is part three, and we'll be in the book of Micah, chapter 2. So, when we talk about renewing the relationships, we're trying to get, God is trying to get people to understand that a lot of your relationships are void in God because you have voided yourself toward people. And a lot of people, they like to get in debate, uh, or they like to get into some kind of argument about what God is and who God is as it relates to them. And that's no problem because God talked to all of us in different ways. But we got to understand that as we read the Bible, the way God talked to us in the Bible is basically meant for all of us. Uh, so one way that a lot of you need to renew your relationships and you're thinking of relationships is that you got to think of the people that you have harmed with your lies, with your mistruth, with your assumptions, with your hard-hearted ways, with your prideful self. And for many of you, because we are in a season of judgment, and many of you do have hard hearts, you got to understand that when people trying to teach you a message and trying to get you to renew your thinking about things you've done, you can't double down and become prideful. You can't double down and say, well, and overlook what is being said. That's why I tell many of you, it's dangerous to sit here and listen to a teacher like me and just think I ain't saying nothing because I have too many variable viable proof of things that people consider I was just stone crazy that have come to pass because I believe God. So now we're in Micah chapter 2, and it said, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man and his heritage. Therefore, thus said the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall you go haughtily, for this time is evil. In that day shall one take up a parable against you and lament with a doleful lamentation, and say, we be utterly spoiled. He hath changed the portion of my people. How have he removed it from me? Turning away, he hath divided our field. Therefore, thou shalt have none that shall cast a cord by lot in the congregation of the Lord. What many of you need to understand, the reason I'm talking about renewal of the mind is that God says we have become a sinful people. And many of you profess Christ, but you lay on your beds and think of what evil you can do to people. You think of what lie you can tell about Brother Hubbard. You think about what you can tell somebody. See, I know anything somebody says something about me, positive, negative, a lie, a assumption, a opinion, I guarantee you I know about it. And I'm not saying that to be boastful or prideful, but when you believe in God and you actually doing the work of God, I have to know who my enemies are because I have to show the love of God despite people not showing me love. So he shows me and tells me who my enemies are while all the time I'm smiling and still giving them the love up to a point, because we all got our days now, that they should have. But see, many people, like I got people now. That's why that's why I'm in witness protection now. I got people now sitting in their bed talking on the phone to their friends and their family trying to see how they can destroy me. Number one, you can't destroy me because I ain't got nothing. My life worthless, my mind worthless, my job worthless. Oh, I ain't got no job. The marriage gone. I ain't got that. Only thing you can attack is my character, but I don't stand on my character because my character is flesh. I stand on the word of God. Now, if you attack the word of God that I get, then that's on you and God. And see, for some of you, when it talks about it being in the power of the hand, some of you want to commit sin that you can't commit because God won't put you in the right place with my fault, not God. But you can't get in the right place to commit the sin you want to get because of God. Y'all know how many things you know how many people did me wrong that I sit here and I want to go do something and I hear what everybody tell me, but in my mind, I don't care what they say, I'm finna get them. But it's something about God that prevents you from doing things to people who are doing you wrong. So God goes on. Watch what he says. He goes on and said, they covet fields and take them by violence. See, you got people preaching the gospel. They see what you got and they want it. They see you happy. They see you with your new woman or your new man. They see your life going on, and they mad because the lies they told on you, the stuff they took away from you, they wanted you to fall flat on your face. So they oppress you by putting heavy burdens on you. But watch God in verse 3. Therefore, the Lord said, I am against this family. Can I tell y'all that for many of us, if you didn't fight back, God finna fight for you. And he gonna take out the whole family. Why y'all think I said what I said about when Big Back and them sent me that dead picture? Did I tell y'all I'm gonna let the grizzly out? And I talked about how they kept poking at the prophet, and that dumb bear came out there and ate up the children. See, sometimes all you got to do is just be quiet. All you do is be quiet. God said, he said, see, that's why I try to tell y'all, don't say nothing. Because your little outburst can cause your whole family to be destroyed. He said, I'm against this family. Then watch this. God is a God of love. God said, I'm against this family. He said, I devise an evil from which you shall not remove your name. Now, if God is a God of love, church folks, why would he say, I devise evil that you can't remove? Don't you tell me about what God won't do to somebody. I done witnessed it. I done seen it in my own life. He said, God said, I'm going to put something on you so bad that you can't remove it, and neither shall you go haughtily. See, a lot of y'all heathens haughty. Yeah. Haughty is arrogance, superior, or disdainful. See, y'all, you think you all that in a bag of chips. So when stuff happens, what you saying, God gonna give it back to me, God. Fool, God is the one that taking it from you. Then he goes into verse 4. He said, in that day shall one take up a parable against you and laminate with a doleful lamination. Boy, that's some heavy stuff right there. Doleful means expressing sorrow or mournful, which means somebody gonna preach and teach your obituary before it even happens. See, suppose your daughter, she go out on this date with this guy she like. Yeah, she like the guy. And the guy takes around his friend house. They sit around that cause see, she a good girl. She don't drink, she don't smoke, you know, she love God with all her heart. But she like this guy. And the guy takes her out. Yeah. She's so green that she too nice for her own good. So the guy gives some in her drink. So the guy rape your daughter. He don't want your daughter to tell. So he gonna cut your daughter neck. Your daughter gonna bleed. Your daughter gonna die. You gonna get mad at God again. But this time, guess what's gonna happen? You ain't gonna have enough money to bury your daughter. So now you got to cremate her. You got to cremate the apple of your eye. Well, that's a powerful. See, that's what he mean by lamentation. Oh, your son gonna go out with his friends, and they just hanging out, and your son is not a leader, no matter how you try to tell him to be one. And your son gonna take a drink of beer, and that beer gonna have some in it. He gonna drink that beer. He gonna fall out, and he's never gonna wake up again. Oh, for this time is evil. See, God said he let y'all go all other time. He said, but because you evil to the people that I am using, I'm gonna come become evil and take away what you love. Don't y'all mess with God, people. I've been trying to tell you. It says we be utterly spoiled. See, the people God gonna take out your life, it's gonna damage you for the rest. You'll never be able to recover. That's why I don't get even. I like the way God get even. Because see, God like me, we what you call family annihilators. Y'all know what a family annihilator is? He just said he'll take out your whole family. God is a family annihilator. But see, since y'all are not taught that side of God, y'all can't believe this revelation. I don't need you to believe it. All I need you to do is hear it because you ain't got to receive it. Because you ain't receiving when I'm trying to get you to stop round now strolling on the block. This man married another girl, had a baby by this other girl. The girl found out he married. They got in an argument. He choked the girl out, killed her. He put her in a suitcase. He takes her to the forest. Him and his friends put her in a barrel and burn her body to they nimble bones. Then they take the bones out and they go bury the bones in two places in Tennessee. This heathen so dumb, he calls the wife and tell her to burn the gloves and the shoes, and they hid on the phone. Now the person that he burnt her with, he came forward so he can get immunity from being prosecuted, but everybody in the family going to jail. This time is evil. That's what verse 3 said. Y'all think y'all dated normal people. I was laughing, but I was watching it. I was watching some video on TikTok. This man went to messing with the girl at the job. He gave her some of that still Peter. He had to quit his job because the girl won't leave him alone. I said, God dog, buddy. I remember those days though. But I'm like, dog, what you do to her? This girl blocked this man car in and wouldn't let him leave. You gonna talk to me? You gonna talk to me? Y'all better stop getting out that wood. The women just as crazy as the men. Time is getting so bad that you wouldn't want to date. That's why I told y'all earlier, men and women, for that matter, if this man can't tell me nothing but what me and God know, I don't want that man. If this woman can't tell me nothing but what me and God know, I don't want that woman. See, y'all letting people get y'all with God talk, but they don't have a God relationship. Verse 5 says, therefore thou shalt have none that shall cast a cord by the lot in the congregation of the Lord. Prophesy ye not, say they to them that prophesy, they shall not prophesy to them, that they shall not take shame. O thou that art named the house of Jacob, is the spirit of the Lord straitened? Are these his doing? Do not my words do good to him that walk upright? Even of late, my people is risen up as an enemy. Ye pull off the robe with the garment from them that pass by securely, as men averse from war. See, God gave Micah a word, and it was a word of destruction. It was a word of corruption. It was a word of rebuke. It was a word of death. But he said, don't even prophesy to them. Just let it happen. Because what some of you done to some people it stinks so bad in the nostrils of God that he don't want even people to know what you did, because that's how shameful some of the things that you've done. So he don't even want the prophets to warn you what's about to happen. Y'all trouble. And the reason I say y'all, because Brother Hubbard ain't did nothing. My hand's clean. All the evil I wanted to do, I couldn't do it. So now I was mad. Now I'm glad I got mad. See, verse 8 says what I've been saying, and people ain't been listening. A lot of y'all are God's enemy. You his enemy. Because every time you turn to see what Brother Hubbard talking about, Brother Hubbard trying to get you in shape for the war. But you shake it off because you don't want to hear it. If it ain't about no man, no cars, no clothes, you don't want to hear what Brother Hubbard got to say. Listen to him. This is a wrong video when you want to talk about car, clothes, and hoes. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you to get right or get left. Verse 9. The women of my people have you cast out from their pleasant houses? From their children have you taken away my glory forever? Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. If a man walking in the spirit and falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink, he shall even be the prophet of this people. Y'all polluting the kids. Y'all got these little girls around in here, 2 and 3 years old, and you showing all their glory. Put some shorts on these darn babies. Y'all got them around here in tights. Look at that little shape on her. Look at you nasty son of a... That's ugh. Make me sick. Cover these little girls up. Y'all around here because you fat and out of shape. You want to use your daughter figure as a tool for you to admire something. You a low down, dirty boy. I can't say what I want to say. Kind of mama you is. You know good and well that girl need a training bra on, and you just got a little Miss Dolly, just things flapping there where you disgust me. See, verse 10. This is not your rest. You know the reason a lot of y'all can't get no sleep is because your conscience bothering you. Yeah. Y'all up at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, strolling social media because you can't sleep. You got a restless spirit. Because see, your flesh trying to warn you, all that you've done for people, the lies, the backbiting, it's coming back to haunt you. And Brother Hubbard watching. Because I'm going to be laughing. You thought you was all that. You thought AKA was going to say you. You strolled to that. You fools. 30-inch hair ain't going to work in a casket. Then he goes into verse 11. See, a lot of y'all want to follow the spirit of falsehood. Because you looking for prophets that's prophesying you the joys of life instead of the consequence of living life. So you making people who who prophesy your flesh, you making them your prophet, and y'all hate me. But the Bible say we will be hated for righteousness' sake. But something like that. It might not, but hey, it works for me. Verse 12 says, I will surely assemble, O Jacob, all of thee. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel. I will put them together as the sheep of Bozrah, as the flock in the midst of their flock. They shall make great noise by reason of the multitude of men. The breaker is come up before them. They have broken up and have passed through the gate and are gone out by, and the king shall pass before them, and the Lord on the hill. See, some of y'all got to get out. I'm trying to help you get out. I'm trying to help you get out your whorish ways, your lying ways, your vengeful ways, but you love that stuff. See, when you going to let the breaker break you out? See, when the breaker break you out, you ain't got to worry about who love you. You ain't got to worry about you don't want to be cheated on. You ain't got to worry about I ain't got enough money to get no gas. Because what I'm trying to tell you and what we're going to go into next, what you're missing is a real relationship with God. You can't be on social media blasting his praises and his power and his glory, but you tearing up Brother Hubbard phone for answers, information, understanding. That shows you ain't got no relationship with God. Stay humble and say you don't know. Even me, how people view me. If they ask me something, I don't know. This finna be a wicked month. And all I got to say to you, you better be on the right side of wickedness. Because if you ain't on the right side of wickedness, death surely will overtake you.